Hello and welcome to a Tin Dog podcast, this time discussing one of the 7th Doctor ranges. It's, well, hang on, let's do this properly, from the notes, Silver and Ice. Now, it's 2 stories, and they are both kind of themed along the lines of, well, silver and ice. There's also a ghost story extra that you get as a free download with this one. I'll review that one separately, but it is stormy. That one's called Brick House. But here we've got the 2 main stories in this release. You've got the 2-parter, which is A Bad Day in Tinseltown, and that one's written by Dan Starkey. Oh yeah, I know. And the other one is The Ribos Inheritance by Jonathan Barnes. Yeah, Ribos. Right, so let's go through this one. The Doctor and Mel encounter old foes at the edge of the galaxy. More tinsel proves to be dangerous commodity before heading to familiar planet and going through turbulent times and a meeting with another old acquaintance. I think we can all guess where that's going. So that's the overall thing, but here's the actual synopsis for Bad Day in Tinseltown. The Doctor and Mel drop in on former Brightedge, dubbed Tinseltown, after the curious byproducts from its depleted mine. I think we know where we're going with that. The mayor thinks the future lies in entertainment, but the locals start behaving oddly. A hidden force of Cybermen has other plans. Now, although this is down as a 2-part story, it actually feels longer because there's a lot of world building gone on here. There's a lot of thought gone into the whole process, and it really feels like, well, a Mel and Doctor storyline. Curiously, beyond belief. A season that I'm not hugely fond of, this would have fitted perfectly into. I love the way that Mel doesn't know what a Cyberman is. That's always a nice recurring theme to go into when you're looking at Doctor Who people. Oh, is it going to be? Yes, it is. Because the audience knows it's the Cybermen. And then, well, it kind of is the Cybermen. Now, obviously, it's a cyber force who are lost and they've been experimenting with some weird engine and that kind of thing. It sort of sets it up. Tinsel, being the side product, is really nice because it's Nightmare in Tinsel is a perfectly reasonable working title. It's wrong, but it could have been a perfectly good, reasonable title. Dan's in this, playing, well, yeah, even in the extras, he says that a character could have been played by Barry Humphries at the time, and Barry Humphries probably would have said yes. He's an over-the-top politician who thinks he wants the best, but it's the best on his terms for his people. There's the barkeeper, always good in any fantasy environment to have a great, well, location that is, of course, a bar. And then beyond that, you've got what's going on, because you know as an audience that this tinsel stuff is going to be coming from Cybermen, although you're not quite sure why if you start thinking about it. And it's coming from the multiple dimensions. We get that. It's going to turn people into Cybermen. You've got people who are left over from a cyber war, and of course, as always, people have forgotten who the Cybermen are, which always goes down well. These are nice recurring themes, and I'm very happy with them. So, that's Bad Day in Tinseltown. I have to review them both together because it's a box set. The Ribos Inheritance. Now, everyone likes the Ribos operation. Everyone. Whether it's the Shrivenzahl or the nice caper thing, the con, the overall story arc, the brand new Romana. There's a lot of things going on that everyone seems to like about Ribos Operation. So we kind of just need to park that and go, yeah, you're right, actually, everyone likes the Ribos Operation. Let's just accept that. So here we've got a sequel. Now, everyone knows that the Ribos Operation is basically just Game of Thrones. You've got the ice time, you've got the summertime, winter is always coming. Yeah, we don't like to talk about that, but let's face it, I've never seen them together in the same room. Have you? Moving on. You've got your ice time, which is when it's an elliptical orbit, and then you've got summertime, except winter is still here. It's not coming, it just hasn't gone. Let's look at the synopsis. The Doctor and Mel arrive expecting summertime on Ribos. You know what? We never did understand that. This tablet's very temperamental. But they find a world still shrouded in snow and ice. But it's not just the climate that's gone awry. As forces plot against the young king, a soothsayer predicts doom. And out of the wilds, the Doctor finds a wily conman, Garron, caught up in events on Ribos once again. Garron was over the top, was brilliant, was played by an actor who's just no longer with us. So we have to accept that. He's dead. We're not going to get him back. He was the baddie in Supergran, and we just need to accept that. We genuinely do. However, he's massively missed, and he's a huge over-the-top character. The sort of actor you don't really get these days. Well, they're not allowed to act on TV anyway. The baddie from Budgie. Budgie. Desperately showing my age there. Or the Channel 4 repeats anyway. I'm rambling. No surprise there then. So, you've got your con merchant stranded pretending to be a wizard. You've got a brilliant winter setting. And then you've got insurrection. And you've got a bit of Game of Thrones going on. And like Game of Thrones, the books, you've got a lot of characters who are very, very well developed, very well thought out, and very well presented as real people living in this world. The only problem for me is that there was no mention of Thingy being right. You know what? That's a phrase that gets in my head most of the time, and I cannot remember his name now. You're shouting it at the screen. It's fine. We're amongst friends. We know what's going on. So, what I'm saying is that this is a cracking story. It's a brilliant box set. I mean, let's face it, if you like the Seventh Doctor, it's great. There's also, again, development with Mel's character and Mel's view of the Seventh Doctor. The way that she's looking at him hasn't really been gone into in Big Finish, and that's clever. It's well worth looking at, because there's a reason she leaves in Dragonfire. There's a reason that she looks at the Seventh Doctor differently from how she looked at the Sixth, and that's just clever. Yes, there's been a lot of Langford about. There's been a lot of Mel. We've had the recent Colin box set, which of course is reviewed elsewhere. But as far as I'm concerned, it's a great box set. Now, there'll be a different video along in a few moments to discuss the extras, because that's done by Sophie Aldred, and I thought I'd do that one separately. And it's not full character acting, full character cast, you know what I mean. Great box set. Here's the trailer. Enjoy. Until next time, be seeing you.
This is a tale of vengeance and of the ceaseless quest for power.
From Big Finish Productions, Doctor Who, The Seventh Doctor Adventures, Silver and Ice.
Where are we? It's dingy enough to be the Arctic Circle.
Tinseltown, the city that never sleeps.
Welcome, one and all, to the grand reopening of Mitzi's Place.
I'm the Doctor, Miss
Petraxis. Carol Petraxis from Galactic Central.
I am Sandar, known to all as Sandar the Barbarian.
What exactly are your questions?
What are you doing here back in Ribos after all this time?
Oh, great gods of Ribos. Gods of ice and gods of sun.
How do you mean tinsel?
All the sparkly stuff. Everything's made of it.
The bones, Your Majesty. The bones have spoken to me.
This never-ending ice time. There must be a reason.
So we've landed at the wrong time?
On the contrary, we've landed at the right time. But something's very wrong on Ribos.
There is another threat. A traveler from beyond this world. This man is dangerous.
Ice time is supposed to last no more than 32 years.
We are the Cybermen.
We've been spotted by a very large creature heading this way. Quick, run!
Shift error corrected. Cyber technology online.
Mitzi! The Doctor's cage!
Attack the city! Attack! Stop this!
Release the battle Shrivenzar.
Big Finish, for the love of stories.
Well, wasn't that bracing?